Hey guys, Mal the Mad Catter. All right, in this video today, I want to talk about some terminology when dealing with cats, and hopefully be able to educate people a little bit what these terms mean. The terms are feral, stray, community cats. So when you hear people talking about feral cats, what they're talking about is a cat that is not socialized to human beings. So what that means is they're not accustomed to being around people. They weren't, kept as a house cat. They didn't grow up around people. They view people as a potential threat. And this tends to happen at a very early age. If you're looking at kittens, probably the 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 week period, if they don't have any interaction with human beings, they begin to view human beings as a possible threat. So cats that are feral will run. If you corner them, they'll hiss, they'll fight, they'll claw, they'll bite. They're not what we would call tame cats. They're feral. And so that's what the term feral means. The term feral means not socialized to human beings. So this can happen in other cats as well. If you have a cat that gets, abandoned and left on the streets years later, if the cat's mistreated or whatnot, that cat can kind of revert into a feral state where they're very untrusting of human beings. There are terms out there like semi-feral, and I can explain what that means. We have 3 cats living in our house right now. 3 of our 12 were feral cats at one time. They lived outside. They were born outside. They did not like people. They were scared of people. They ran. And we took these 3 cats in, kind of tricked them into the house. You got to remember, it gets really hot here in Las Vegas. So if it's really hot outside and it's cool inside and you leave a door cracked, they may come in to investigate. It feels cooler in here. We kind of tricked our cats into coming in. And it took a long time to earn their trust. So we still have one cat that is what we call semi-feral, which means when she first came in, she was terrified. She wouldn't come anywhere near us. She hid all the time. But after a while, she realized we pose no threat to her. We can actually walk by her now, and she doesn't run and hide. But she doesn't let us touch her. We can't pick her up. We can't pet her. She basically eats here and hangs out with the other cats. And that cat is Baby. 2 of our other cats, Duchess, we just brought inside like 3 weeks ago. Duchess was feral her whole life. She lived outside. She was never, never owned by anybody, or never had a family, never had human beings to live with. She spent her time on the streets. She had a litter of kittens. She was trapped. Her kittens were put up for adoption. She was brought to us to acclimate to our back area. And she's been with us ever since. And recently she showed signs of wanting to come in. Now, it took about 4 years of being out there with Duchess, feeding her and being around her, to where she actually started letting us touch her and pet her. So we can pet Duchess now. Fluffy was another cat that we have that was feral. She was outside. All the cats were sleeping in another room, and I left the back patio door open a little bit. She kind of came in, and I shut the patio door on her. And it took a while. It took about a month or 2 for them to totally acclimate to being inside. But, we got Baby and Fluffy around the same time, about 6.5 years ago. Fluffy, within 6 months, was allowing us to pet her. So the cat that we have now that is semi-feral is Baby. So we can't touch her. We can't interact with her. She knows we feed her. And she tolerates us. So that's kind of what the term semi-feral means. But the state of being feral is unsocialized to human beings. Now, when we talk about stray cats are cats that either were abandoned by human beings. Happens all the time, unfortunately. People are terrible sometimes. So you've gotten a cat that was left behind when somebody moved. They left their cat. That cat wanders the neighborhood until it finds other cats to kind of click up with. A lot of times abandoned cats or stray cats will find a feral colony, and they will kind of hang out with the feral colony and, kind of, work their way into their pecking order. That's why you see cats fighting a lot and stuff. They're kind of establishing where they are in the hierarchy. Stray cats can also be cats that accidentally escaped from someone's house. They got out, and sometimes if you chase after a cat that gets out of your house, you'll scare it even more, and it'll run, take off even worse. I tend to try and be really calm if we have a cat that ever gets out, which we haven't in a long time, thank God. But, be very calm, walk out there, pick the cat up, take him back inside. So sometimes these cats will escape from people's houses and they will get lost. They won't be able to find their way back. Some cases they don't want to find their way back. And these cats end up on the street. Those are stray cats. So the stray cats at one point were socialized, were living with people, and for some reason or another, they found themselves on the streets. Community cats is a term that is used to describe both stray cats and feral cats, cats that live in an area, and the community that lives around them kind of looks out for them, puts water out, puts food out. Like you'll see an apartment complex, and they'll have a bunch of cats, and you'll see people putting food out for them, and some of them you're able to pet, and some of them are kind of social. Those are community cats that actually live out there in the community, and the community takes care of them. So I hope this kind of helps people with their understanding of what a feral cat is. Feral cats aren't necessarily born outside. Sometimes people get kittens. The kitten escapes. The kitten gets lucky and runs into other cats out there that are feral and kind of lives with them. That kitten will develop that feral state where it'll view humans as a threat, and respond to people accordingly. So the difference between ferals, strays, and community is basically a feral cat is a cat that's not socialized to human beings. A stray cat is a cat that was at one time socialized to human beings. Maybe it had a home and now it doesn't for a myriad of reasons. That is a stray cat. And community cats are ferals and strays that, the local community kind of looks out for. So I hope that answers questions. If anybody out there was wondering what the difference is, it's pretty simple. Like I said, we have 3 cats that used to be feral out of our 12 here. And only one of them now is what we would refer to as semi-feral. Baby just never warmed up to the idea of being touched. Baby, never, kind of got used to or acclimated properly to people. It's unfortunate because she's an amazing cat. She's really a wonderful cat. It's kind of sad. Jackie and I talk about it all the time. Oh man, I can't wait till the day till we can pet her, and let her know that it's okay. But, for some reason, who knows, maybe baby was abused, and that's how she ended up outside, or maybe she was born outside, which we believe she was. We actually got her inside when she was under a year old. Maybe people threw rocks at her, were mean to her. I don't know, but she doesn't trust people. Even if the mailman walks up in front of our front window, baby will run and hide immediately. So, a lot of times, feral cats, you'll also see feral cats that are feral cats, sorry guys, allowing certain people to get near them. If you look at feral colonies, they have a colony feeder that usually comes by and feeds the colony. Those feral cats get acclimated and adjusted to that person coming and feeding them. They realize that this person's not a threat to us. This person brings the food. They fill up our water. And you'll even see, feral colony feeders petting some of these cats. Doesn't mean they're not feral, because if you try and walk up and pet that cat's not going to let you do it. So the cats are feral, but some feral cats do get somewhat acclimated to people. It's usually the colony caretaker or the feral colony feeder. We have a couple feral cats that live across the street from us. There's a house that's been vacant for a while. And they come over and they eat at our feeding station on the side of our house. It used to be in our front driveway. We moved it to the side of the house. And these two cats are Bugsy and Callie Jr. Now, I've been feeding them for about 7 years. So it took a long time for me to be able to either, touch either one of them. Callie Jr. was the first. She was the first cat I started. I started touching her tail. After a while, she realized that, I didn't pose a threat to her. I was the crazy guy that gave her food and treats. And now she comes right up to me. I can actually pick up Callie and carry her around. Bugsy, on the other hand, I can't pick Bugsy up. Bugsy will bite if I try and pick her up. She'll scream and then she'll bite. So, each cat's different, but both of them were born outside. They're both feral cats. Nobody else can touch those cats. I see people all the time trying to get them to come to them. They'll go and hide in the bushes. So it's taken me, years of feeding them and talking to them and working with them, but they for all intent and purposes, they are feral cats. So I hope this helps clarify some of the, misconceptions about feral and stray cat. I've kind of noticed online that a lot of people may not actually understand what those terms mean. So hopefully this video helps clarify any of that, clear it up. Not much else is going on. I've got some more videos I'm going to launch. I am going to be going and trapping tonight. Sorry guys, I'm coughing today. I don't know what's going on, but I will be trapping tonight. Last night I went and visited on the street behind us. Little One, if you guys remember Little One, she used to be the black cat that used to come down our wall, and I used to feed her, put a bowl up on the cat tree and feed her, and then she disappeared. Well, I found out why she disappeared. She had kittens. So we were going to trap her back then, and then she stopped coming around. So her kittens are old enough to be, or probably already weaned, probably been weaned for about 3 or 4 weeks. So I got to trap her tonight because she's pregnant again. So I was going to go after the little ginger cat at the other colony, north of us. That's going to have to wait till next week because Little One is showing, like she's sticking out on the sides already. And she just had kittens like 3 months ago. So it's pretty sad, but I got to take care of her. I don't want her having more kittens. So I will definitely film that tonight. I'll take my phone with me and the light so we can get that on film. I've already talked to the person that picks them up and takes them to get spayed and neutered, and we're on for this week. So hopefully tonight I'll get Little One. I mean, Little One is for a feral cat. She was born outside. She's very friendly, very sociable. So I don't know if I would consider her a feral cat, but she lets other people pet her too. So, and she's very young. So she's probably maybe just over a year old. So I got to get her tonight. So I'll film that. You guys will see that. I'll probably post the completed video next Saturday. She'll probably go to clinic Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. So, 2 to 3 days after that, we'll release her. I'll film it. I'll edit the video, get it posted, and you guys can see that. And then next week, I will go after the little female ginger that I've been calling Honey. So she's at the colony that's a little north of us. So we'll get that done next week. But other than that, everything is good. Thank you to all our subscribers. We appreciate you guys so much. I will see you guys in the next video, and as always, do something kind for cats. I hope everybody has an amazing day.